This video contains content sponsored by John Wilson Blades and MK Blades. Opinions discussed in this video do not reflect the views of John Wilson or MK.
Thank you.
What was it like out there?
It was great just being back out there. It's something that I've worked for this whole year. It was a very different experience for me to go back and have my goal just to be back at the U.S. Championships. And it was an accomplishment for me to just make it here. And for me, competing and finishing my law program is concluding the goals that I set to come back.
I know you work a lot as a coach, and how do you find time to fit your training in and put out a performance like this?
Scheduling is actually really hard. Like on Monday, my day is I go to the rink for the 6:30, teach on that session, skate the 7:15, teach at 8, skate 9, teach 9:45, skate 10:45, teach 11:30, and then I go to Torrance and teach from 2 until 6:40. But for me, skating has become it's what I want to do. It's my hobby, and I have to work to afford to skate and be able to put the resources into my own skating and further finance my training. And for me, it's worth it.
You had a very serious surgery about a year and a half ago. Can you talk about that? And what kind of impact did that have? Because you look to be in better shape than you've ever been in on the ice.
I had a periacetabular osteotomy, which just involves breaking the pelvis and screwing it back together. I still have 2 screws in my hip. I chose not to take it out because it would be another 6 months off the ice, and there's only so many seasons left. For me, it was very hard for me to train before, like when I started noticing the labral tears and they started impacting my everyday life. I couldn't do cardio leading into 2014. I couldn't really do off-ice training at all. And now I work out 6 days a week and it's relatively pain-free. It doesn't impair my hip at all, so it's a huge difference.
Is it surreal for you that you, Ashley, and Mariah, who were on the podium at 2007 Junior Nationals and the Junior World Team, are still here in the mix competing?
It's something that if you had asked me at that time and told me that this is what's going to happen, I would have never believed it. We've all taken such different journeys to make it here, and I respect all of them for still being here, for still working, Ashley for still trying to, she's still talking about making it to her peak, and it's really respectable to see that.
Here she is years later, and she has 2 of them in competition, and she seems to be, honestly, the jumps seem better than ever.
Well, you interviewed Caroline, so you see that she's just a different person. She's just experienced so much in those last couple of years, and she's just really owning what she does now. Good, bad, or indifferent. She earns it. She earns it in her lesson time. She appreciates her ice time where she has it. She's very protective of it. And she wants to be a better skater when she gets off the ice than when she got on. And she's very disciplined, very motivated, and it's all coming from a different place now. This place that's inside of her that's so strong. She's doing it for all the reasons that she wants, and she's very happy and working so hard. I have to stop her.
And can you see her maybe doing some internationals?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's her 3rd performance in a row, clean. Long and short, at least long, and I think if she wants, she can do anything she wants. If she'd like to, I think she would. I think she's interested in the spring competition, wants to see what she can do out there. Might as well test herself. Yeah.
What do you expect from her going forward? I mean,
I've learned not to put any expectation on Caroline. She puts enough on herself, and in the past, it's been just paralyzing for her. And I don't think she put any expectation on her. Well, she did privately. I know she did privately, but not to me. I know she had her own idea of the goals that she wanted, but she tries to just really, I know it's an old cliche, but she really just takes it day by day, I think. She has short range, long range goals, but she kind of plays it one day at a time.
Thank you so much.
So I think she could get another triple. just to be specific, because I know she has flip toe.
Does she practice it?
No,
Okay.
not now. Not as she gets closer. As she got closer to nationals, just focused on the jump sheet.
Is she practicing the Salchow again? Or?
Yeah, she can do this out.
Okay.
And boy, great crowd and great performance.
Thank you. I was so nervous for that program. I think probably the most nervous I've ever been yet in my career. I know it's just the start of kind of dealing with nerves, but I was so proud of how I was able to kind of just be able to tune it out and focus on one element at a time, because that's really what I felt like I did. So overall, I'm really, really proud of the performance.
The spot where you fell, pretty much everybody who's fallen tonight has fallen in that same spot. Is there something going on with the ice in that area?
I don't... Where did I fall?
Or well,
Sorry.
you made a jump mistake down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Triple loop, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to on the ice, was there a spot?
Yeah. Is there something going on down there? Pretty much every girl who's
I
falling is
don't know,
falling.
maybe like mentally. I don't think with the ice itself. The ice itself is good everywhere. I mean, Nationals ice is like the best, so it should feel really good.
You seem very emotional when you finished. Can you kind of walk us through, you know, what you're feeling?
Yeah, like I just said, you know, it's been the best season of my career, and kind of I didn't want to come here and then kind of end lower than what I knew I was capable of. So just to go out and skate something that I was really stressed about, stressed in like a way, you know, I just knew that I could do it and I wanted to be able to do it. And to be able to skate like that, I'm really, really proud of what I did. And yeah, I mean, it was emotional because I was really in it every second.
It seems like your packaging, it seems like you really try to look more like a senior lady. Your dresses are more sophisticated, the music. Has that been a conscious choice since last season?
Yeah, I definitely want to show, you know, I'm a senior lady, not, I think I was kind of caught in the mix of coming up junior, switching into senior, kind of. So I want to establish myself as a senior lady for sure.
We were talking to your coach before the event. He said, you know, Mariah, I love having her, but I haven't had her that long, and you know, I want to do more.
Yeah.
So, what would you think of, you know, ideally that you'd really like to work on with Raphael?
I really want to continue building up my technical arsenal. So honestly, triple axel is something I'd love to start working on, and we talk about it a little bit, but he's been really conscious with what he's been doing with me because it's in the middle of a competition season, so he can't, you know, change everything. And he's not planning on changing everything. He just wants to implement more little details, which we haven't been able to really get to yet. And I've talked to him a lot about it, and he's saying, you know, the off season will be where we can really grow that side of everything.
When you were in Colorado, you were far and away the best female in the rink, and now you're skating with Ashley. Do the two of you push each other a lot in the ring?
Definitely. It's very, very motivating, and for me, Ashley is somebody that I really look up to. I mean, look at her career. I would love to have a career like that. So, yeah, it's definitely very motivating. It's very, very positive there also.
All right, thanks for the psychologist. We should come, so maybe we'll talk to her about it. You know, I mean, everybody's trying to help you.
I had a very terrible one program at the national championships, and I didn't place very well, and I got a low score.
So what's next for you? I mean, where do you? This is obviously it's been several months, a year of this. How do you get out of this? What do you do?
Well, it hasn't quite been a year of this. Last year I was the national champion, and as we all said, 4th place in the world is actually okay, and I should not feel bad about that. We also won the team event all the way until the end of April. So it's just something about this year. I've been in a funk, but I think we can all recall that the first half of my Olympic season had a very different outcome than the end. So I'm glad that this is not the Olympic year.
What's your emotion right now?
I mean, obviously I'm just not processing any emotions yet. You know, I'm just still really, I'm just choosing not to process any because it's just, again, more kind of bad feelings despite changes I made and improvements I made. And really I just felt like a different skater on the practices, so it still hurts just because I was skating really well on the practices and the warm-ups, and then again, another program I'm not pleased with. Not just not pleased with, that wasn't good, so just what I do is I go back home and I do more triples until they get better.
Well, you have to make some decisions today.
where you want to train or where you're going to this next season? Or are you guys going to stay in California?
I don't have any plans of that nature yet, so you guys will be the first to know.
Gracie, you said the other day after the short that you thought you should be on the world team. Anyway, whatever happens, do you still feel that way about being put on the world team?
Yes, of course, even though like today's skating was subpar. There's not a doubt in my mind that this has been a rough season, but that I'm still pretty much one of the best skaters in the United States and in the world. Sometimes we just have bad times, and it's when you compare it to other skaters across the world, they'll have totally dark seasons, 1 or 2 years, they'll be out and then they'll come back. Tutumushiva was the world champion, a complete undefeated year, and then nothing. And she hasn't been to an Olympic Games yet, and it just happens sometimes in the sport, and I've had a couple of very public, unfortunate months.
Would you be surprised if they don't put you on the world team though?
Yeah, because 9 out of 10 times, whoever is in the top 3 goes, and that's that. There are...
So you would not be surprised if they don't put you on, or you would be surprised?
I don't really want to speak to that just because I know that the committee reads what we all say. All I know is that given the opportunity, I wouldn't let them down, and I think that I would be a very wise pick for the world team.
I gotta pull her out and get her to the next.
Tonight was awesome. I'm so happy with that. I mean, I know that you always want to come away with a win, but my goal from the start of this has been to get through nationals, and especially coming off of a difficult Grand Prix season. This is just awesome.
Are you surprised that they didn't? I know you played against Karen Skate, but they just put you up there, with extra.
I absolutely do not expect them to do that. I think that kind of shows that this judging is very accurate. I think that Karen, I don't know exactly what she did, but she has deserved the placement she's gotten so far. That's awesome for figure skating, and I think we're going to be seeing a very strong world team.
And do you like this? I shouldn't even be asking this. I know the answer. You like being second or third going into a Worlds?
Of course, it works out for me just fine. I don't have to deal with all the NBC promos making me the first place girl going in. So this is perfect for me. It gives me the opportunity to go in with my head down and keep on working. So I know where I lost my points, and I'm so excited going through.
You didn't participate in the march across the street from the hotel, did you?
I stood and watched from a distance because I was waiting for my bus, so I was like outside at the same time they were.
And your thoughts on that?
I think it's awesome. I had no idea that was going to go on. I love seeing people come together for many great causes, and I think it's exciting for our country to be united in that kind of a way.
No, everything comes up from judges. I don't really care ever because of it depends on where you take it.
Right.
Then you can get pluses or minuses about that.
Right.
So I can get, okay, you need to work harder, I can get her to do better.
Well, also, she goes to the Worlds as the world silver medalist. So
whatever it is, today with scoring system, I don't care which number you go, as far you get to team. And she got to team, obviously, right? Even Mirai does well, so she on the team. So that's all about. That's what I said yesterday. When you will be talking like I'm genius. No, it's a joke. What I'm talking is that's what must be. Young kids must start to beat them up to make them or say that's your place or fight to do not give them place. That's what I'm talking. My point is it's only Karen today. But I would say we should have about 10, though it means we are not working very well.
Coaches, US.
Yeah. So what I'm talking is, it's one or another why today we don't have about 10 young coming up skaters who would bite them to start to say, guys, move, or you move, or move a little bit faster. That's what I'm talking. Yesterday, what I was talking, that's what I was talking.
Sure.
Understand what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
When you look at this, what do you see that you
So still needs
about?
to improve this, better quality of talk. It's all very difficult to make improve lady which is already had that much experience, which I would say was not best experience. So today I'm working with Nathan, and I'm trying to make him to become much higher than other ones. That time it would be easy him to compete. So I raise a warrior whenever he's 10, 11, 12. That's what we need to do, all US coaches.
How about Mariah Bell? You know, what did you make of her performance? And
I'm happy with Mariah Bell. How much she did today, I'm happy. But again, whenever we're talking, she's a young skater. She's not. What do you mean young? She's not young skater. Young skater is 10 years old, 11, 12. So I got her a little bit sooner than I got Ashley, but still already she's...
do you still think that you could, you know, improve her like you've improved Ashley?
Sure, why not? I have the skills.
Thank you, Rafael.
You know, this isn't the way I wanted it to go, but I think that people are defined by how they react to things, and hopefully one of our top skaters will pull out and give me the opportunity to go to 4 continents again.
You guys have any questions?
What was it nerves tonight that affected the performance, or something else?
I think so. I think I just I didn't really monitor myself, so I worked really hard this week, and I think it just took a toll on my body, and I didn't account for that. I think I accounted for everything else except my body, and it didn't quite follow where my brain was, and I was late in the music, and then I'm speechless.
You noticed that before you went out, you did a triple loop, and it didn't look like, you know, your best usual landing. Did you feel settled when you started the program?
I definitely did. Those jumps are just to remember how to get into the ice, and they can be the worst jumps I've ever done, and I still know that I have it within me to do the jumps in the program, and so regardless of how those jumps looked, I knew I was ready, and I just didn't deliver tonight.
In complete shock. All of this just came together for me. It was a rough season. I spent the first couple months working out my boot problems back home in Fremont and working with a new boot company, trying to work out all the kinks, and I'm happy with the progress, and I hope to keep pushing forwards and getting better. Thank you.
My bad. Hey, a second, I just chugged 2 waters. Okay, I'm good. Today was a huge accomplishment for me. I think first of all, this is my first national silver medal, so that's a big deal for me for how many nationals I've been to. Beyond that, today was really solid. That's what I was going for. From the start of this event, I said that I was here to kind of get onto that world team, and I think that I delivered the 2 solid performances that I wanted to here. Left some points out there on the table. I'm totally okay with that because I have something to build on top of, and I know exactly where I am now, and I'm not planning on peaking here, and I'm looking forward to moving on to Worlds. And Mariah, please.
I was very, very pleased with my performance today. My goal coming into nationals was just to continue building on my personal bests that I've kind of grown with this season, and I'm really proud. I was pretty nervous going into long, but to be able to skate with some pressure that I just had on myself, I feel really, really pleased with it, and I'm excited for whatever's next.
All right, please wait for the microphone when you have a question. Let's open this up for questions, please. And up front.
Here's a question for Karen. Talking to your coach a little bit, she said that the difference in you here than earlier in the season was confidence, and that you've really been working on your confidence in maybe the 6 weeks leading into Kansas City. Can you talk about that? What specifically did you do that helped you believe in yourself?
Yes, confidence has been one of those things I've struggled with a lot. I've always had a lot of self-doubt, and I just, going into nationals, I just really focused on the things I can control, and I stopped worrying about all the distractions and everything. I just stayed really focused and tried to do what I came here to do.